Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Let's look at what records I got. Okay, so actually tomorrow is my birthday, the 27th. And so one of my 5 children, one of the 5 children that I have still currently, is the only one that normally buys me records for birthdays, Father's Day, Christmas, things like that. I mean, it is kind of the easy way out. He knows how to get on my Amazon wish list, and he just places an order. Well, I kind of wasn't thinking about this when a couple weeks ago, him and his siblings are all sitting around making a lot of noise and stuff, and just goofing around on the afternoon one day, and he asked me, he's looking at his phone, they're all playing games on the phone and talking and things like that. So, Dad, do you consider like the band Skid Row to be fire? And I'm like, well, I would say, yeah, most people would. I mean, I like their early stuff, and when I started naming some of the songs, I was thinking he was asking about it because they take a lot of quizzes and stuff. They do a lot of these weird games where they challenge each other with quizzes, and they're always asking me trivia questions because the quizzes always end up talking about movies or music, things that they totally don't know about as far as some of the errors that are being discussed. So I didn't think anything of it. He's asking me about this band. So I start naming off some of the songs. One of my other sons, his older brother, comes through and he's like, yeah, aren't they the ones that did, Youth Gone Wild? And I'm like, yeah. Trivia question, is Skid Row fire? Sure, Skid Row's fire. I like some of their stuff. Didn't even think about it until the other day, last week, I get a package from Amazon. It's gift wrapped, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I see my son bought me a record. I didn't think about it. He says, you can open it now, you can open it next week. I don't care either way. I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it. And now I'm whatever. I'll take a look at it. So anyway, that's why he was asking me, because he got me Skid Row, and it was the one on purple, which is the reissue. Now I know what you're thinking. I know everybody out there screaming right now. But Jeff, wait a minute. You already have that. I know you showed that a couple months ago in a video because I know how perceptive everyone is out there. And you're right. I did already have this. I do already have this. Actually, this is my copy that I had from a couple months ago. So I'm like, oh, crud. Somehow I had it on my Amazon wish list. I bought it locally. Totally forgot to get it off my Amazon wish list because the price was higher. I really only focus on my Amazon wish list for records in the $23 to $16. I hardly go any higher than that. And this was in the $30 range. And I'm thinking, oh, I found a couple other records that were on my wish list that I also had already purchased. I had to clean them off real quick. But wouldn't you believe it? Of all the chances, out of the probably 50 records on my wish list, he buys one of only maybe 3 that were on there that I did already pick up locally. Anyway, real quickly, I did not even open it because it was one of the ones where when I got it out of the gift wrap, it was in the box, and the box had a label on the side that said Skid Row, and I'm like, oh, so I didn't have to open it, sent it right back to Amazon as a gift. They gave me a refund. I purchased a couple albums that I wanted to get. I got 2 for the price of what he did because I did get one that was in the like $16 range and one that was in the whatever 20, and I ended up paying a couple dollars extra. So here's what I got. I got the In Machine Phase 2. Are you familiar with the In Machine? This is their second album, thus Phase 2. You might want to call this like Dokken with another singer. Basically, I went ahead and grabbed it and pulled it because this came out in 2019. This was the first In Machine. And what it is it's the guys from Dokken. You got Mick Brown, you got George Lynch, Jeff Pilson, and then they brought in a new singer, and the singer actually has done some work with Lynch Mob and Warrant, and he's done a lot of stuff. Robert Mason, he's done some work with some of those bands. So they brought him in, and it was a really good album. I really liked it. Well, this time around, it's still the guys minus Mick Brown. So the drummer Mick Brown stepped out. Interestingly enough, though, the new drummer is also named Brown. So you still got 2 of the guys from Dokken. You still got Mason on vocals, and you just have a new drummer. I saw the video for this, and I thought, this is pretty hot stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. It is a double record set on red. I haven't listened to this whole thing because literally this just came in, and I thought I'd make a video real quick because I'm on my lunch break. So yeah, great stuff. What you would expect from a band of those guys at that caliber, it's going to be a modern yet still melodic hard rockin' album, similar to what you would, what Dokken would be doing these days. So anyway, I grabbed that because I told myself, okay, let's take this money and turn it into two things. I want to get something, I was going to just buy some fillers, like, oh, let's get this other Iron Maiden album, or let's get this other. I'm like, these are albums that I have on CD. I want to get something new and fresh. And so I grabbed that. And then, since I was already in the Dokken mood, and it's not really new and fresh because it's Lost Tracks by Dokken. And so I went ahead and grabbed this. It's a single album. And it is basically a bunch of older songs that never made it to albums. It's just on regular black. Never made it to other albums. So it's kind of, Lost Tracks, demos, things along that line from the Dokken years. And now, before I did buy it, I wanted to compare it because I'm like, well, let's see. Where did these songs come from? Because I have, Back to the Streets, which is this EP of songs that came out before Breaking the Chains. And so I wanted to compare, and sure enough, these songs, Back in the Streets, Felony, Day After Day, We're Going Wrong, Liar, Prisoner. And so you're looking here, and We're Going Wrong, Felony, Day After Day, Liar, Prisoner. So it does have these songs. Now this is kind of an unofficial release, but it does have these. Maybe it was remastered. I haven't compared it. But aside from having those songs that I did already have, it does have a total of 11 songs. So we are going to have a handful of other ones. So I thought it was worth it to go ahead and grab this. Maybe it's an updated version of that. If so, maybe I can pass that on to somebody else. But yeah, so Dokken and sort of Dokken. So it was a Dokken kind of day for a birthday. Now, I don't know, the other kids, we're going out tomorrow for my birthday, and my daughters and things along that line, a lot of times they'll go for gift cards. So one of my daughters, my oldest daughter, is actually big on Amazon. She buys stuff more on Amazon than I do because we share an account. And so chances are, she may buy me a gift card from Amazon. Who knows? But I may get something else tomorrow, but that's it for now. And I just wanted to give those a show. They just came in the mail. Amazon dropped them off, and it's a happy birthday present to me today that I was able to swap out quick enough to get it here in time for the birthday. So that's all for now. I will be back. Rock on and rock hard.